Okay, here's a look at the emini S&P for Monday, August the 1st, 2011. When we left on Friday, of course, we were very cautious of any headline news, and we did get that overnight. Uh, by the way, these are the market profiles, and this is what occurred on Friday. This is what occurred today. The one in the middle there is what occurred overnight. So you can see here that in the overnight session, the market had, well, first of all, it had closed on Friday here, and then it opened up here. I think it was like 12 points or something like that higher. So a nice little gap in the overnight session. And this was prior to Obama's announcement. But look what happened when it was announced. It didn't really go anywhere. I mean, the market basically went sideways. When it opened up here in the regular trading hours, it was already starting to come down and took out the overnight low very early. And when the news was released, that's when the market really started to sell off. So as you can see here, it came all the way down. Now, a couple levels that we were looking at was in this 97 area, and the overnight low was at 99 right here. So when it broke through, the next level that we wanted to monitor was 85 right here. So you see it came down there and pierced through 85 down to here and then bounced right back up to it before it sold off again, making a new low and then finishing up some, I think it was about 10, 15 points off the low, almost 15. So quite a roller coaster when you consider that we had, the open up here overnight, then the big sell-off with lower lows, and then even the bounce off of that. So pretty volatile. So we still think the market is in the down mode. We're still looking around the 84, 85 area as resistance. Next targets below the 69 area would be down at 61. If it can hold above 85, then the next target would be around the 97 area. Here are the market profiles from the day session only. In other words, the RTH, regular trading hours only, 9:30 to 4:15 Eastern Time. So you can see where that market opened here, actually above, still above where the market, there's the open there, this is where the market had closed, and it pierced right on through there and then spent most of the time down in this range. So a pretty bearish looking indication. Although the kind of bounce that we had could produce some additional move higher. Although we're still using the 85 area as likely resistance, immediate resistance, with possible support in around the 78 area. Here's our chart with our software, and as you can see, we had several short trades. You can see we had one here, another here, another two there, another one there, another two there, and another two here. And we did have some long trades. We had a long in here, in here, in here, and here. So obviously, not all of these trades are taken. Some the market does not reach that price, so we can't get in. Others we choose not to get in, depending on what really the condition is. So when you take a look at that 85 area that I had mentioned yesterday to 97, this was it right here. So we knew if the market could continue to hold above this upper barrier right up in here, that would be bullish. And of course, it didn't do that early in the session. It pierced through it here all the way down to here, and very aggressively pierced through the lower part too. And then of course this was really nice where the market came up and had the resistance here. So we had a couple of short trades in here. One of them was what we ended up by doing here. Our volatility was very high, so we reduced our position to half. And one of the trades we were stopped on, the other one we had a 1.5 profit. So it's still a loss overall there, which was rather unsettling because this was really the ideal entry price. So our traders knew of these levels, obviously just like you did, the 85 and the 97. So once the market pierced below 97 and started to trade there, obviously, our traders were looking to try and get short around 85, 84. Even when it came up later in the day, it tested there and then backed off. So even though we don't get a trigger into a trade at that price level, there's ways of identifying rejection of price at that level that a lot of our traders like to trade off of, because then you're combining the best part of the software with the understanding of where the really good resistance and support areas are, and whether or not you want to actually utilize them. The next trade came in here, so this was the third trade of the day right here. It did hit our first objective, moved I think a point and a quarter in our direction, then turned around and we were stopped out on that, ended up with a net break even. The fourth trade that we had right here was a beauty. We got filled, just you can see it, our little dashed red line right here. That's our entry price. The market came right up to it, filled us beautifully, right on the dot, and then sold off. Sold off to the tune of about 10 points, a little over 10 points. So easily reaching our first two objectives. And a worst case scenario was a 5.5 point gain on the final partial there. So one of our better trades. These long trades obviously were not taken. You can see this is in the red, but we would need something to lean on to. Our light green patch that you see down here is anticipated support area once it forms. So you can see the market came down, dipped into it here before it had its nice rally higher. But in a case like that, we're really not leaning up against any barrier. So as a result, we didn't take any of those long trades, because when you're in a strong down auction, you've not only got to have the filter, but it's depending on the trade type, most of the trades do require the filter. And if you don't have that barrier to lean on, then you're not taking the trade, and that's why they were not taken. Our basic 2 out of 3 formula. So anyway, that's how we're looking at the market right now. Immediate support perhaps in the 77 to 78 area. Next support down around 73. And then the resistance, major resistance around 85, and then up at 97. So that's a look at the market for today. Any questions or comments, just get a hold of us at info@eminidaytrader.com. Other than that, thanks for taking the time to watch the video, and we'll see you again tomorrow.